Welcome once again to an episode of Opus Culinarius. Today we're going to be making my absolute favorite brownie recipe, and it's one that yields a very moist and dense and fudgy brownie. And of course we're going to be using my favorite superfood, which is flax seeds. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you how. Now, as super delicious as these brownies are, they're just as super easy to make. So we're going to start off by just sort of dumping in some ingredients into this bowl. We're going to add a cup of flax seeds, which I've just ground in my Vitamix. Equal amount of brown sugar. I love to use my muscovado. And now a cup of oil. I'm using olive oil in this regard, and as with all the other recipes, you can use whatever oils you want to. You can combine it with coconut oils, which I often do. Right now I'm just going to be using olive oil. So 1 cup of olive oil. And now I'll just give that a quick mix. And then we're going to add a cup of either soy milk or any nut milk that you may want. In this case, I chose soy milk. So just a cup of that. And now for my favorite ingredient, maple syrup. I love maple syrup. And this is one that I got from Canada. In we go. And now I'm just going to give this a stir and just let this sit for about 10 minutes because you want the flax seeds to sort of absorb the liquid. And that's what's really going to give it its sort of nice and fudgy and dense texture. So now that I've done stirring up, we'll just set it aside. Now please remember that the outcome of your product is only going to be as good as the combination of the quality of the ingredients that you're going to be using. And so for this particular recipe, I'm using Verona chocolate. I love it. It's one of the sort of most deep and, for me, flavorful cocoa powders out there. And this is, of course, what contributes to giving my brownie this wonderful chocolate flavor when it's done being baked. So I'm going to add a cup of my cocoa powder. I'm just going to put it in a bowl. And last but not least, our flour. We're going to add about 6 cups of flour. I'm going to use spelt flour. Yeah, klar. And then we're just going to mix our flour and cocoa powder into our wet mixture. Stir it in. I like to add a bit by bit, and then stir and then add more, just to avoid major clumps in the end. And again, you could do this in a mixer, but I'm going to use my hands. The dough is a very thick dough. I'm almost there. Ugh. I don't have to go to a gym at all. Get this thing. Almost everything is gone now. We have a nice solid. Yeah. This is a very thick dough. You can't really pour it out. You have to scoop it out. taken my brownies out of the oven and I've waited about 20 minutes and I can't wait anymore. I just want to try them so that I can let you know how they turned out. I'm just going to cut a piece from the edge here because it's the most firm and not quite as hot as in the center. Oh, it's very hot. And I'm just going to take a bite. It's fantastic. It's very, very fudgy. Of course, it depends on how you like your brownie. This is how I like it. Fudgy and dense and moist. If you want them less fudgy and soft, keep them in the oven for a little bit longer. I left this in the oven for about half an hour. And it's lovely. It's divine. It is perfect.